In this video, I am going to show you how you can create a visa services or visa consultation or immigration consultant website in WordPress. You will be creating exactly same website that you are seeing right now throughout this tutorial. So if you want to create the website yourself, you can download the theme file from the description of this video, and then you can follow along so you can create the website exactly like how I am creating. If you are interested in creating this visa consultation website under 30 minutes, then without further ado, let's get started now. So the first thing that you have to do is to log into your WordPress dashboard. So from here you can see I have installed the fresh WordPress here. My domain is expired right now, but it will get reactivated. I just need to verify it with my email. So here you can see I have installed the WordPress here, and this is the fresh WordPress. If I go to the front end of the website, you can see there is nothing here. It's just a blank WordPress website. And then here at the top you can read it says this is a preview of a website by a customer of Hostinger. So now we can actually start building our website. So the first thing that you have to do is to hover over to this appearance, and then you can click on this themes. Once you will click on the themes, you need to click on this add new theme. And once you will click on the add new theme, just click on the upload theme and then click on choose file. I'm going to provide you this file in the description of this video, so be sure to download it from here so you can follow along and create your own website. So I have selected this file from here, and if I'll click open and if I'll click on install now, this is going to give me an error. This is because there is the actual theme file inside the zip file. So we just need to extract that out. So in order to do that, just go to where you have the theme file downloaded, double click it and open this, and here you will find this folder Imidocs main. Just open this, and this is the theme file that we can use. So just click on this theme file and then you can extract it anywhere. I'm going to extract it on the desktop of my PC, and now it is on the desktop. I'm just waiting for it to get installed so that we can just replace it with this file that I have just extracted. So now here you can see this is the error that I have been talking about. This says the theme is missing the style.css style sheet. So don't worry about this, just click on the themes again, and once you will click on the themes again, you will get back to this place again. From here, once again click on add new theme and then upload theme and then choose file. This time I have extracted the theme file on the desktop, so I'm going to open this theme file here and then just click on install now. And once you will click on install now, this time the theme file will start getting installed and it will successfully get installed. So there you can see this is how you will see it. From here just click on this activate button, and once you will click on the activate button, this theme will get activated. From here what you actually want to do is to click on this begin installing plugins. So just click on this begin installing plugins right now, and then you will find these 4 plugins that you will need to install. You can check mark here and then just click on this bulk action and then click on install and then just click apply. And once you will click on apply, it will automatically start installing all of these plugins. So now you will just have to wait until all of these plugins will get installed. So once they'll get installed, the next thing that you have to do is to click here once again and then click on bulk actions, and this time just click on this activate and then click apply. And once you will click on apply, all of these plugins will get activated properly right now. So now you can just click on return to dashboard and you can go back to the dashboard. And once you will click on dashboard, it is going to show you something like this. From here you can just click on this cross icon, and then from here you can just click on this cross here as well. And once you will click on cross, this time you are properly redirected to the dashboard of your website. Once you will get to the dashboard of your website, from here what you actually want to do, you can verify the plugins. So you just hover over to the plugins, and once you will hover over to the plugins, here you will find all of the plugins that we have activated. So once we have activated all the plugins, now we can actually import the demo data from this theme. So in order to do that, just hover over to this appearance, and then from here you will find this option demo import. Just click on this demo import right here, and once you will click on demo import, you will see something like this. From here just click on this start button, and once you will click on start button, you will see something like this. From here once again click on the start button, and then you will have to wait until it is loading. So here you will find the system health check. You don't actually have to worry about these things. Just scroll all the way down and then just click on this start. And once you will click on this start, it will bring you to this page. Here it is asking you to install the child theme. You can just click on this skip part right here, and once you will click on skip part, you will see that it says you are up to the speed. Just click on next right here, and once you will click on next, here you can see you have the option to import the content. So we actually want to import all of these content. That includes the content widget, Redux framework, and after import. So just click on this import right here, and once you will click import, it will automatically start importing all of the demo data. Now you will have to wait until it will get imported. Alright, so here you can see our demo has been imported successfully, and now if you click on this view your website, it will basically redirect you to the website front page. So now there you can see our demo has been successfully imported. We have exactly how it was showing in the theme demo file. Now that we have our demo imported, we can actually start customizing this template according to our needs. I'm going to show you step by step how you can actually customize this. In this tutorial, I'll be only focusing on the home page. So if you want to know how you can customize this, I recommend you to please follow along so you can customize the website yourself. Alright, so let's begin. So first of all, what you actually have to do is to hover over here where you find theme options. So just click on the theme options right there. We'll just begin by editing the header. So first of all, there is the option for the general setting. In the general setting, if you want, you can enable the preloader or you can disable the preloader. I have disabled the preloader because I noticed it is significantly reducing the website load time. So I have just disabled it. Now next up you have the logo setting where you can basically change the logo for the website. You can change the fav icon here, you just have to replace it. And then here for the logo 1 and the logo 2, you can replace them here. Next up we have the header setting. So under the header setting, here you can see we have the default option selected. If you have created a header with Elementor, you can select the Elementor option here. The theme doesn't come with the Elementor header, so you just have to select this default option from here. But you have these 4 templates available here to pick from. By default, they have selected this template, so you are good with this one. Next up, we have this about Imigrat, about, and then the form title, email address, time, title, and things like that. Let's review them on the front end of the website. So if we go to the front end of the website, here you can see we have this email us as the top header, and then the time as we are open. Let's try to find this out. So there you can see it says email us, and the time title we are open. So that's where you can change your email. So for example, in the email address, you want to change it to something different, you can add your email. So in my case, I'm going to change the email to info@nomvisaglobal.com. Once that's done, you can just click on save changes, and once you will click on the save changes, it will basically change this, update the changes on the website. So let's just refresh this. But here you can see after the refreshing, it did not work. Now we'll actually have to do a couple of more steps in order to make this work. So in there, just click on this edit page option, and once you will click on the edit page option, make sure you go down there where it says Imigrat settings, and make sure you select one of these headers. So here I'll select this header, the default. Just click on default and select this header, and then just click on this save. And once you will click on the save, then click on view page. Here you can see it says the changes are not updated yet. So I'll once again save them, and then we can just click on update. Now here you can see our email has been updated, and this is exactly what I have added in here. So that's basically how you can update the email address and the time. For the phone number, you can change the phone number here. For the time, you can change the time here, and they'll automatically get replaced at these places here. Let me give it a refresh once again. This is where your time will get updated, and this is where the phone number will get updated. Next up, we have this login and sign up option. We don't actually need the login and sign up option, so we can simply disable them. Now here you can see we have a button that says sign up. I guess they were trying to make it sign up, so we can also control that. But here you can see it says login link and the login title. If you don't want it, just make it empty, remove everything from here, and then click on the save changes. And now once you will go back, and if you will give it a refresh, this will basically go away. Now this is the problem with the theme, I guess. You will every time you will have to go to the edit page option here, and then you need to ensure that you select this header from here, and then you will have to click on save changes. And then if you will click on view page, it will basically update it. Now you can see the sign in button is not here anymore. Alright, let's go ahead and edit the other things. So next up we have this logo, but before I change the logo, I actually want to change this button that says sign up. I want to change it to something else. So let's just go back to the same theme option page where we were editing the header. Here on this page you will find an option that says button show. If you want, you can just disable that button, and that way the button will not show up. But in my case, I actually want to display the button, so I'll just click on but instead of sign up, what I actually want to do is to change it to contact now. And then in here we can change the URL. What I actually need is to have the URL of the contact page. So I will just copy the contact page from here, and then I'll insert the URL of the contact page here. Now one thing that you have noticed, or you might have noticed, that it is not showing the page title here, and it is just showing the simple addresses. That's something we don't need, and it is not good for the SEO. So in order to fix this, just go to the settings and the permalink options, and once you will go to the permalinks option, make sure you set it to plain, and then change it to the post name, and then click on save changes. And once you will do that, go back to the page and give it a refresh, and once you will give it a refresh, it will automatically update it. Now let's just go back here and let's keep it the way it is. I will remove the domain part from here because we don't actually need that. And next up we have this search show. If you want to show the search bar that is showing here, we don't have a search bar here. This is where it is showing the search bar. If you don't want to show the search bar, you can just turn it off. And then the sidebar show, we don't actually so this is the sidebar. If you will click here, this is the sidebar. So here about Imigrat, you can write up an excerpt or a small text about your company, and then there is a form that show up here. So if you want to show that, you can just keep it on, but if you don't want to show that, you can turn it off. That is your choice. In my case, I'll just keep it on, and let's just click on save changes. Now if we go back and let's just give it a refresh, now in here you can see it is again the same how it was. Now once again, as I was telling you, this is the problem with the theme. You have to click on this edit page option right here, and then from here just click on this header and then click on save. Once the changes will get saved, click on view page. It's not saved now. I'll once again click on save, and now we can just click on view page. Now in here you can see it is changed to contact now, and then all of those sidebar thing and the search bar icon are not showing here anymore. So that is basically how you can update these. Alright, now that we have updated the header, the next thing that I actually want to do is to update the logo right here. So in order to update the logo, once again you will have to go back here, and then in here you will see the logo settings. Right here you can see you have the fav icon settings. You can update the fav icon as well. But right now I want to change the logo. Here you can see you can insert the light version of the logo and the dark version of the logo. It's better to have the both versions ready. So I'll just click on the upload file and then select file. I have the logo file in here, so I'll just select the logo file and I'll just upload it right here. And once it will get uploaded, we can basically select the logo file. So now in here, notice that the logo file is very big. I don't actually need this big of the logo file, so I'll just go back on the desktop, and this is where I have the logo. So I'll just right click in here, and then I want to click on open with, and then I want to open this in Paint. So once it will get open in Paint, what I actually want to do is to resize this. So in order to resize it, here you can see it says resize and skew. Just click on resize, and then in here it says the percentage and pixels. I want to stay on the percentages, and then let's start with the 30%. So right now it is 3333. So if I'll make it 30%, the new resolution is going to be 999. I still want to make it smaller, so I'll just make it 30% once again. Let's see how much will it go. So now it is almost 299 by 299, which is good. And then what I can do is to basically make it smaller, just like this. You can select the sides and make it smaller. just like that. You can make your logo smaller, and then once you are done, just hit Ctrl S on your keyboard to save the changes, and it will get saved. Or you can click on file and then you can click save, and it will get saved. Now this is the smaller version of the logo, and here you can see the resolution. So now we can go back to the website once again, and then I want to upload the file again, so I'll just click on the select file option again. Now in here you can see I have uploaded the logo, and this is the resolution. So I can just click on the select, and there is the logo, and I want to make this one as the dark version of the logo as well, so I'll select that, and here is the logo. We can also upload the fav icon, so I'll select the same logo as the fav icon, and there we have the fav icon. Now you can just click on the save changes, and once done you can go back to the website and just give it a refresh. And once you will give it a refresh, you can see it is not updated. Once again, just click on edit page, go back here and then click on this header and then click save. And now let me click on save again. Now if you will click on view page again, and if you will go back here, you can see this is how our logo is looking, and this is looking very big. Now we'll basically have to replace it, so where it says upload, just click on the upload. Here is the logo. You can click on edit image option right here, and then where it says scale, just click on the scale, and right now it is 251. Let's just make it 140 and then click on scale. Once done, you can click on crop. You don't actually have to crop it, but that's how I am doing it. So just click on apply crop and then click on save edits. Once done, you can select this new version of the logo that we have updated, 140 by 133. So I'll select this one, and then these one will automatically get updated because this was the file that we have selected. Once done, click on the save changes and then go back, give it a refresh once again, and you can see this is how it is looking. Now in order to see the latest version, once again we'll have to click on the edit page option right here, and then once you will go here, select the header and then click on save. So once done, click on the view page, and there you can see this is how our header is looking. So this is basically how you can update the logo as well. So now that we have our logo updated, the only thing that I actually want to do is to have at least that sidebar in here, the sidebar, the hamburger type of thing in here, because that was looking good. So let's just go back to the header option and then scroll all the way down. Here you can see we have the search show option right here, and then sidebar show. I guess I'll just click on this open on option right here and then the save changes. Now let's just go back in here, the edit page option, and then I'll select it and then save changes. And now if I'll click on the view page, it will basically show us the latest version of the page right here. So there you can see this is how they are showing. All right, now that we have updated the header, we can actually begin by cleaning all of these menu items. I don't actually need all of these menu items, and I am more comfortable with using all of these different sections as the menu items. Now in your case, if you want to use the pages as the menu items, that is completely fine. You can keep them and then you can remove all of what you think are unnecessary, but in my case I'll just remove what I don't need. So in order to do that, what I actually want to do is to go back to the pages option in the WordPress dashboard. Just go to WordPress dashboard and then click on the pages. Now in here we can just tally all of these different pages. So here you can see we have the different version of home, and what I am looking at is, I guess, is this home page 1. So I actually want to keep the home page 1, and I want to remove all of these different type of homes. So let's just go back here and let's try to find those homes. Now here you can see we have 83 items. We don't need 83 items, so just click on screen options, and then here you can see number of items per page. Let's change it to the 100 items so that all of these pages should show up on the same page. Now let's just scroll down until we'll find the home. I guess I missed it. Yeah, here it is. So here you can see we have home page 1, home page 2, 3, and all the others. I don't need home page 3 and 2 and 4, so I'll just select them and then click on bulk action and then click on move to trash. And once you will do that, they'll move to trash. Now if we go back and if I'll give it a refresh, they should automatically get removed. Now you can see we only have home page 1. Now we'll have to fix it from the menu, but here you can see we have the header styles and we only have header style 1, which is this header that we are seeing at the top, so which is fine. Now what we can do is to hover over to this appearance and then click on the menus. And once you will click on the menu, here you can see I have removed these items, so we can just click on this item, expand it, and then we can remove them. So just remove them the way they are. We don't need this one, so just remove them. And then we also need all of these different options, so I'm going to remove them all the way from here, so they'll get removed. And then we also don't need this sub menu, so I'll just remove them. And then let's just click on save menu. Let's just go back and let's just give it a refresh. And now you can see we don't have the drop down menu under the home anymore, because this is the only page right here right now. Next up we have the about us page. Let's just keep the about us page the way it is. This is the about us page. Next we have other pages like team page, FAQ, testimonial, and our client. And then we have all of these country list pages. So if I click on the country, it will basically show me a country list that they are working on. And then you can basically click any of these pages, any of the country page, and this is how they are showing. You can filter out based on education, immigration, tourist, and businesses. These are basically the tabs, the different tabs, but I don't actually need them. Next up we have the visa and the visa types. It can have the visa 1, visa 2, student visa, tour visa, working visa, business visa, spouse or family visa, or residential visa. These are basically the sub services, you can call them the services. And this is how the services look. You can title the visa type here, then add some description, some bullet points, and image, benefits, and additional documents required, and the frequently asked questions. So the template is here, you just need to change the content. Right after that we have the coaching. So if you want to have the coaching pages, you can have the coaching like GRE coaching, PTE coaching, IELTS coaching, SAT coaching, GMAT coaching, and TOEFL coaching. You can have these pages as well, and they have the templates ready, so you just need to replace the content. So here you can see this is GRE coaching, the title, and then the description, some bullet points, again the description, the document required or the additional documents, the benefits, course documents included in the course, and then a resource to download all of these things. So you have all these templates ready. And then if you want to have the blog part on your website, you have the blog pages designed here as well. So you can basically use the blog pages. You can have the blog grid, so this is basically the blog grid. And then you can have the standard blog as well. In the standard blog you can have the sidebar, something like this, and then all of those blog posts will show up something like this. And then for the single blog post, meaning the blog detail page, if you will want to see it, this is how it looks. This is the featured image. You have the nice sidebar. In the sidebar you have all of these different categories that you can customize, and then the blog post content including everything. Then you have the option for the comments section, so people can interact with your website or the blog post. And then this is the form where people can leave their comments. And at the last we have the contact page. So if I click on the contact page, you can see our contact page is not working anymore, but this is where we have the contact page. So let's just go back to the home page again, and let's just start filtering these things. As I was telling you, I'm going to use these different sections as the headings for this menu, so I'm going to update this. Now in order to do that, what I actually want to do is to click on this edit with Elementor option, so we can basically edit the page with Elementor. Now all of these pages that I showed you are all created using the Elementor page builder, so you don't actually have to worry about how to customize these things, because Elementor is a very user-friendly page builder in WordPress. Now this is the navigator where you can find out different things. So here you can see banner with left text. Here it says enter section text, and this is the slider block. Here you can see in the very first slide it says people immigration confidentially, and this is the image for the very first block. Right now you can see the very first block. This is the very first slide. You can change the title, the subtitle, and the text here, and then there is the button and you can update the button. That is the same thing for all of these 3 slides that are showing right there. Next up we have this option for the features, and then we have a section for the who we are. Now right on top of that, what I actually want to do is to add something which is called anchor. So I want to search for anchor and I want to insert the anchor right here. Now this is going to be the about section, so I'll just change it to about. So whenever someone will click on about here, they'll automatically scroll down to the about section right here. Next up, I also want to add this visa categories and the type or the type of visas they cover. So we can just add one more anchor right there. We can just add anchor, and then I want to name this one as probably services. So this will be the services. Then after that, I also have a few more things like services areas or the support areas. And then for this one, I want to change it to areas or countries we serve. So it will be countries only. And then this is your working process. So I'll just copy the anchor from here, and then we can paste the anchor right here, and then we can drag and drop it at the top, and then we can name it steps. In the same fashion, this will be the themes section. So I'll copy this anchor section from here. Now if I'll scroll down, this will be the theme section. So I can insert the anchor here and I can change it to themes. Don't worry if you don't understand what we are doing. It will all make sense in just few minutes, so just follow along. Now this is the call to action, and this is where all the logos show up, and this is the blog. So I want to add an anchor there for the blog, and I will name it as blog. And I guess that's it. That's all what we have on this page. So we can just click on this publish button right here. Once done, if I go to the website again, you won't see much of a difference here because we just need to do one more thing here. But now you can see we have a little space in here, which is actually for the anchor that we have added, and then we have a little space here which is again the anchor that we have added. In the same fashion, we have the anchors placed in there. Now I want to keep this opened. Let's go back to the menus. So in the menus, I want to get rid of all of these different options that are showing up here except this contact and then the home page. Everything else I don't need it, so I'll just click on this remove and I'll remove them one by one. You can just expand these things and then you can just remove them like the way I am doing right here. I'm going to pause this video. Let me just quickly do this. Now here you can see I have updated the menu and I have removed all of those options. Now if I go back here and if I'll give it a refresh, you can see we only have the home and contact here, which is how they are showing right there. Now let's get back to the anchors that I was adding. So in order to add these anchors in the menu, copy this anchor text that you have added. Just copy this and then go back. Then from here where it says custom link, click on the custom link, and then where it says URL, add / and then home and then / add the anchor. That'll be the URL. And then in here you can see this is the teams section. So I can just give it a title of teams and then just click on add menu. Now it is added in the menu. In the same fashion, I want to add the other anchors, like we have an anchor for the blog. So I'll copy the blog anchor and I'll go back to the menu. Then in the URL part, again, as I was telling you, home / hash and then blog, and this will be blog. So just add it here. Now where it says team, I guess I forgot to add the hash, so I just have to add the hash. Hash indicates that this is an anchor. So in that way we have 2 of them added. Next up we have the steps. So I'll just copy the anchor for the steps and then I'll add it here. So home /hash steps and then steps. The one thing that you have to keep in mind is that in the anchor URL or the anchor that you will add on the page, you need to ensure that it contains all the small letters and it should not contain any of the big capital letters. So here you can see these are all the small letters, so I'll add it in the menu right here, and then there we have the steps, and then here is the country list, so I'll just copy these countries from here, and then here /home /hash countries, and then in here we can just add countries, and then you can add it in the menu. And then we have this services, so I'll copy the services, and then once again I'll name it as home /hash services, and then in the link text you can call it services and then add it in the menu. So there it goes, the services, and in the end we have the about, so I'll just copy the about, and then in here we can name it as home hash about, and it will be about us. All right, click on add to menu, and now this is in the menu, so I want to keep it the second thing here, and then if I click on the save menu, it will basically update the menu, and now we can go back to the website again, and if I will give it a refresh, you can see all of these menu items that I have added are basically showing up right here. So this is basically how you can update it. Now the anchors will not work right now because the URL of the home page is not functional, but here you can see some of these anchors are working. In your case, if it will not work, what you actually have to do is to go back to the pages again, and once you will go to the pages, you need to find out the home page. This is the home page. If you will click on quick edit, here you can see it says home 1, where it says slug, just remove the slug part from here. That's what you actually have to do. And where it says home page 1, just update this and then click on update, and it will automatically fix them. Now if you will go back here and if you will click on about us, it will basically work just fine. I'll click on countries, it will take me to the countries, and if I'll click on steps, it will take me to the steps. Now the good part is that if I am on the contact page and if I'll click on the about us, it will basically bring me to the about us section. In the same way, if I am on the contact page and if I click on steps, it will basically bring me to the steps section directly, and it will not take you to the very top of this page. That's the beauty of these anchors, like the way it is. So this is basically how you can add the anchors and the things like that. Now that we have added the anchors and we have made our menus like the way I wanted, we also have a contact us page here. So I guess I will remove this contact from here. So for that, let's just go back to the appearance menus, and then I'll just remove this from here and then save menu. Now let's just go back here and give it a refresh. Now here you can see we have the contact now, which is looking good. So now this is how our page is looking. We can basically start customizing this page, or we can basically start editing or customizing the footer. Let's just start customizing the page itself, because this is the one page website. So let's just go back to the Elementor page builder. Like as I was telling you, this is the navigator. So in your case, if you don't find the navigator, just click on this icon where it says structure. Just click on the structure, and here you will find the structure. There is a tiny arrow. Just click on the arrow to expand everything, and then click on the arrow to collapse everything. Now this is the very first section. As I hover over, if I click on this, notice that it is highlighting in the gray color that you have selected this. And if I click on this selector, here you can see it has already opened this banner with left text option, and here is the slider block where you can basically update the slider of your website. I already showed you how you can update this. Next up, we have this section. This section, if I click on this, here you can see this is highlighting in the gray color that we have selected this part. And then if I click any of these, here you can see it is basically indicating that you have feature, icon and text selected. Here is the icon block where you can find the different icons, and if you will expand it, here you can change it. The title, which is apply visa online, you can change it here. You can also change the URL, and then the subtitle, the small title that is showing here. This is the second visa resources, and then this is the immigration process, which is showing right there. Next up we have about. In the same way you can update this one. You can click here, this is the image, this is the image, and then this is the image which is showing right there. And then here where it says 20, you can change it to anything like 10 or something like that. Here you can see it is updated to 10. And then these are the simple text, who we are. You can change it to about us, about. This company name is Nom Visa Global, so I'll just change to Nom Visa Global, and then I'll replace the content later. But in this video I'm just showing you how to work on this theme and how you can make your own website. So here if you click here, you can change the content, and if you click on this excerpt, just click on this text block, and then you can change here. These are the bullet points. Just click here and then expand this, and here you can update all of these different options. For the buttons, just click on the button, and here you will find the option for the button URL, and then here you can add the URL for the button right there. Now the same thing applies to all of these different options. If you want to update these visa categories, just click on this tiny pencil icon, and then here for the slider block, here you'll find different options. For the working visas, you can update the image, the map that is showing whenever you hover over, and then these icons that show up right there, and then the title and the small excerpt and the URL for the button. That's how you can update them. And then here is the countries list. You can update the countries list from here. Now to update these lists, just click on that, and then in here you can update them. You can update it to anything that you want. For the steps, again, this is the same. Click on that tiny pencil icon, and here you can see it says 1, which is 1, and then fill in the required form, and then the small excerpt which is showing right there. You can update them in the same fashion. This is step 2. Step 2, submit your document, which is the title here, and then the small excerpt in the same fashion. The third one is working. Then we have this tiny number counter. You can update this number to anything. So for example, if you want to change it to 30, here it will be 30, and then if you want to change it to something else, it will be 6.7. You can update all of these numbers just the way I am doing them. And then you have these team members. You can just click on them, and then here for the image you can replace it with your team members, and then here you can add the name. Right now it is Esther Howard. You can change it, and then this is the designation and the small excerpt about the person, and then the links for their social media icons. You can update all of these things whatsoever. All right, now at the end we have this call to action. So again, as I was telling you, you can update them. Just click on them and keep updating them. That's how it works. There are the icons for the different countries. You can add these icons or the images, and then you can update them. And then these are the logos for the different partners. You can keep them or you can remove them. If you want to remove anything, just click on this tiny cross icon, and it will basically delete that section, and that's how you can get rid of anything. At the end we have this blog part, and that's how the blog part is showing. Once done, you can just click on publish, and it will basically update your website. Now everything on this website is basically responsive already. So if you will click on mobile menu, you can actually view the mobile version of your website. If you want to iterate something, you can iterate anything from here, but I guess it's already responsive, so you don't actually have to worry about how this looks. So just go back, and that's how it is. Once done, after making changes, make sure you go to the front end of the website and you have a look at how everything is looking. So at the end, let's just see how you can update the footer of the website. So in order to update the footer, just hover over to edit with Elementor and then click on the footer. And once you click on the footer, this is where you can update the footer. You can replace the logo. Let me just replace the logo real quick. Here you can see I have the logo. You can change the contact information, the social media links. Here where it says explore, you can basically add your different menu items that you have, or here under the useful link, you can basically split your menu items between these two, and then under the recent projects you can add the recent projects. If you don't want to add the recent projects, like in my case I don't actually want to add them, so I'll just delete them, and then I'll copy this part from here and I'll paste them here. And then for the social media icons, I'll copy them and I'll paste them right here. Now I can get rid of this thing and I can get rid of this thing from here, and then instead of recent projects I'll name it as contact now. Once done, now you can see we have the different options. So for the explore we can change it. We only have home, about us, services, contact, steps, team and blog. So if I click here, I can just name it as home, and then in the URL just search for home, and I guess I don't know where it is, but I guess I'll just enter the URL for home. Next up we have about. So in that case I'll have to go back and copy the URL. So I'll copy the URL and I'll paste the URL for the about here. Next up we have the services. I want to have the services in a different tab, so I can just copy the countries from there and I'll copy the URL and I'll insert the URL right there. I guess that's enough. Is that enough? Yeah. Or if we want, we can add the steps in this column. So I'll just add the steps and I'll copy the URL for the steps and I'll paste the steps here, and then I can get rid of these two options. And then from here where it says useful links, I can just name it as services at the top, and then for the services I can copy the URL and then in here I can insert the URL. Now for the remaining part we only have team, blog and contact us left, so I'll copy the teams. So this is teams, and then we have blog. There we have it, blog. So I can insert the blog in here, and at the end we don't actually need to insert the contact because we have this contact in here. Now at the end for this part, just click here where it says copyright 2023, change it to copyright 2024. Instead of by Imidocs theme, I want to name it with the company name, which is Gnome Visa Global. So I'll name it as Gnome Visa Global, and then all rights reserved. If you notice you want to fix the spacing, just click on this and then go to advanced and then replace it to something else. I have made it 40 pixels, so now we have the 40 pixels. Once done, you can basically cross it out and then you can click on publish. And once you click on publish, you can go back to your website, just go to the home page and then just give it a refresh. And now if you will go all the way down, you will notice that our footer is updated. Now you can see we have the contact us details showing up here, the footer is updated in here, and then all of these different options are also updated. So this is how basically you can make your own website. If you want to create a similar website and you need my help, I'll drop my WhatsApp number. You can contact me through WhatsApp or you can contact me through email. I hope you have found this video helpful. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to hit the subscribe button and be sure to hit the bell icon to always get the latest video updates. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.